Make sure everything's working. All right. What's going on, guys? It's your boy, Malin. Welcome back to the Madden 25 Cincinnati Bengals rebuild. I know it's been a month since I've done this. Of course, for y'all that have checked out the channel lately, I've been doing some College Football 25 stuff, bringing the Texas Tech Dynasty back to life. I just completed another season with that, but I want to move back to the Bengals rebuild, basically to kind of finish it. This is going to be probably the last season that I'm going to do. Normally with these rebuilds, I really only do about 5 parts. I mean, one season, I believe the second year we got the Super Bowl, we just couldn't finish it. But we've made changes. I really got to re-familiarize myself with this roster because I really don't know exactly where we are, so I'm going to go through it just like y'all. We still got Joe Burrow at QB. Bailey Zappe's our backup quarterback, and Jalen Daniels, who we drafted several years ago, still here. James Cook, that's what I remember now. He was one of our big acquisitions. We traded to get him. So we got a 90 running back, 80 backup running back in Thomas Simmons, who we drafted last year. Cam Scattaboo is the third-string running back. We got Jesse Barker as our starting fullback. We got a 99 Chase. Higgins is 89. 84 Trey Harris, who's really blossomed ever since we drafted him at the beginning of this rebuild. We have Wiley, Ferguson, and Hudson. Dawson Knox is our tight end. I believe we actually signed him maybe the previous offseason. We got Orlando Brown Jr. is still our left tackle. We got an 80. We got an 89 Thuney. 75 Fortner is our center. 82 Howard. 87 Mims. So our offensive line is pretty good outside of our center. That's the lowest rated position that we have at 75. Landon Jackson, who I kind of was giving up on really after we drafted him, and in the second round, he's up to an 80 now. We still have Antonio Hills and longer backups, but an 80 Jackson is not that bad. Hendrickson is probably our best player. 92 overall defensive end. Wiggins backs him up. We got a 67 and a 65. 87 Chris Jenkins Jr. He's starting to kind of come into his own. 4 years in the league, starting to blossom a little bit. Haywood last year was a rookie, 72 overall, and we got a 63 and a 58. 78 Leafau, former Dallas Cowboy, 78 overall now. Daryl Peterson, who we drafted a few years ago, 70 overall now. Middle linebacker, Wallace, 77. 81 Dre Greenlaw, although he may be getting to the downside of his career. Despite the name that he was with the 49ers, he may start to regress after this. But at the same time, 81 right outside linebacker is nothing to really sneeze at. Davis, and we have Green in the backup. So our best linebackers in 81, we got a 77 and a 78. Hopefully those guys can get up to the 80s by the season. Britt, who actually I think made the Pro Bowl last year or the year before that, 89 corner. We got an 86 Hill, 79 Kobe Bryant, Huskies 71, and then we got a 69 and another 69. Stone, 82 free safety, 78 strong safety, 82 kicker, 83 punter, and Townsend. So team is still kind of looking the same, in my opinion, as far as ratings are concerned. I try to improve this team every year that I can, but lately it's just been really tough. We haven't been able to really get the picks that we want, but trading for James Cook, I think, is going to make a big difference for us. It made a difference during the back half of the season last year, but, I'm hoping that with him under our belt for a whole year, things can get better, and we can maybe get back to the playoffs and maybe try one more run at the Super Bowl. But starting 0-2 in the preseason doesn't make me feel any more confident, and we win our last preseason game against the Packers. So let's go ahead and cut players right now. Let's go ahead and do that. We have 3 running backs, so I'd like to keep every one of them on the team. Receivers, we maybe can cut one guy. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 6 receivers, so I kind of like to keep that many. We don't have much depth on the offensive line in terms of guys that we could possibly cut, I don't think. No, we really don't. I'm going to move Long to the practice squad. Joseph, I'm actually just going to straight up cut you. Beekman, I'm going to move you to the practice squad as well. Defensive tackles. We only got to cut one more guy. Yeah. Jackson, let's move you to practice squad. Yeah, we'll just do that. Okay. Not a lot of big cuts, but decent cuts. Let me check the injury report and see if anybody picked up any injuries in the preseason. I hope not. Nope, no players injured in the preseason, so that's good. let's go ahead and advance to the regular season and get things going. Let's see how the 2028 season is going to be for the Cincinnati Bengals. Let's go ahead and choose draft class. I don't think. Let me go to local files and see if there is a 2029 random roster that I have. All right, we don't have anything like that. I'm going to check and see if maybe there is one I can download because, we're this kind of deep into that. So maybe there is a 2029 one I can download. But let me see. Search keywords. Let's see, maybe 2029. I doubt that anybody's created anything this far in advance, but let's just try it. 2029. Okay, this one is. Let's just download this one and see. Let's just use that one. It's probably a bunch of randomized players, but we'll see. I don't recognize any of these names. They might be some real guys, but I don't know. But, well, we'll try to keep it accurate if we possibly can, just kind of from that perspective. Okay, so we got a class. So we're starting out, man, and look who we got to play in week 1. The arch-rival Chiefs, basically. I know that the AFC North opponents are, the Bengals' biggest rivals and everything like that, but, come on. With all the playoff battles and it's Burrow versus Mahomes yet again, Chiefs are one of the big rivals for the Bengals. So let's simulate to the middle of the season and see where we are. With James Cook for a full season, I feel like our offense is going to be a little bit better. But, we had James Cook last year, and we didn't go very far. So hoping this year is going to be different. Our defense, I think, is still suspect in some areas. Defensive line and linebacker have just been two positions I've never really been able to get this team over the hump at. But we've started out the season not that bad. We started out 5-2. We're actually number 1 in our division, but we're also tied with the Steelers. And we got a critical matchup actually this week against the Baltimore Ravens. So, yeah. We got a bunch of players that are ready to negotiate new contracts. We got $46 million to spend. Mims is somebody that I don't want to walk. The neutral deal will be enough to keep him here. It drops down to 23. Trey Harris, even though he's blossomed with us, I just got to let him go because Higgins, I think, just needs to take up a priority. He's a better receiver, happy to sign, great. But look what it takes us down to. We're down to $8.2 million right now. We can rework those contracts. Oh my goodness! And now Hendrickson. Oh goodness. Yeah, the cap is and look, we're actually in the negative right now. Okay, well I can solve this. All right, let me go take care of this right now to make sure we don't lose the team. Let's see options. User settings, I think, is what I have to do. No, it's not that. Options. Franchise settings. No, not league settings. League. I know there was that hack to get extra money back. Oh, user teams. Okay, I think this is it. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's see. Add money. Yeah. Let's keep adding $5 million. We get out of the negative pretty well. I don't know how much this will really help in terms of us getting more of that, but usually by this time in every franchise, when I get into about maybe year 4 or 5, I just have to do this to get out of the hole so that way we don't lose the team. Like I said, I don't know if I'll continue this series after this season, to be honest with you guys. Hopefully we win the Super Bowl, but I don't know. There's no guarantee with anything. We're trying to keep the best players that we can, and in doing so, we've struggled. And that's the reality. Let me get up to maybe 100 million, maybe. I'm going to keep going up till I get to... For those of y'all that don't know how to save your team, how to save your owner from losing the team, this is a hack to do. Well, it's not a hack. If it's something that's featured in the game to get you out of trouble, then, I think it's good to have. Because, seriously, how are you going to keep the team if, you're going to lose it? It doesn't make it fun for anybody. Let me see. Let me just raise morale. Players will remain the same. Okay. I don't know whether really raising them around to 50 really does, but maybe it helps with some of the players around the team. I don't know. We're still at 8.2 million, so that doesn't really help us with the cap situation. You see, Hendrickson is probably somebody I should have prioritized over Higgins. Okay, well, I'm just going to have to restructure some contracts. Can I actually restructure that now? Even though we just signed him, Higgins. No, we can't restructure his contract or anything. I probably, in hindsight, should have just been willing to let Higgins walk, given the money to Hendrickson, and then probably that would have been it. We had to answer a media question. He's going to be part of this team one way or another. But who knows? Honestly, we may get to the offseason. We may have to make some difficult decisions and trade some guys. Let me take a look and see who else's contracts are up. I mean, we don't have any money to do anything right now. That's unfortunate. And we've got some decent depth pieces, including Thuning. We're going to have to we just got to retool. We've had to retool this team a lot, like every year, whether it's like the offensive line or other positions as well. Orlando Brown's morale has really dropped, so I don't think he's going to want to come back anyway. A lot of these guys are depth anyway, including the kicker and the punter. So we have to get a new kicker and punter for next season. It's not a lot of money to do it. So, yeah. Well, let's just focus on this season. Right now, we are 5-2. Hopefully, we can get this win against the Ravens, keep our momentum going, and unfortunately, we lose to the Ravens, and we've dropped to now third in our division because of that. This has been the toughest element also of this rebuild, is that we're in a division with two other really good teams. There was one year I think the Browns were actually pretty decent, and we lost, and we beat them in the playoffs, but it was a tough game. But the Steelers and the Ravens have been good every single season, and that's just been a tough thing to deal with, how good both those teams are. It's been hard to get the Bengals over the hump to be a Super Bowl team. And we've made it to a Super Bowl, but we haven't won it. That's been the toughest part about all this. Patriots are 3-4. Hopefully we get a win in this game to get back on track. And we do. And what does that do for the division? We're still stuck in third. So, yeah. We got to beat our divisional opponents. Every time we play the Ravens or the Steelers, we have to beat them. And in this game against the Steelers, we beat them. So we've now catapulted ourselves to number one in our division. That's a big, huge win for us. Absolutely huge. That more than likely just saved our season. Because I don't know if there's going to be room for three teams from the North to be in the playoffs. Now, we had a bye week. The Ravens played, and they're now 7-3. Steelers are 6-5. Browns are 5-6. So even though they have a losing record, they're not completely out of the playoff picture yet, or in terms of the division race for second place. The Eagles are 5-5, but based on their ratings, they still look like they have a pretty good bunch. So not going to be an easy opponent. So do we have any injuries? We actually have some injuries. We got Dax Hill, our number 2 corner, out with a shoulder strain. Thuney is out with a hip pointer. And Velling, our backup tight end, is out for 1 week with turf toe. So we only have one active tight end, and that's Knox, which isn't fun. And we beat the Eagles, so that's good. We stay toe-to-toe with the Ravens. Excuse me. We had a practice squad player signed. Somebody got picked up. Looks like we lost a guy. A new ability unlocked for a player, Weber. But I think he just got picked up. Oh, no. I think we signed him. Abilities, second wind. Let's go Steamroller. We got an ability unlocked for him. Player. So this first week we can view the playoff picture. We're in here. Right now, there is room for 3 teams from the North to be in there, with the Steelers having the number 7 seed, but we could lose one game and slide back into that 7th spot. We're in the 5th spot right now. And we can't lose a few games in a row at this point. We really just absolutely can't. The Steelers at 7-5 are in the playoff picture as of right now. But, yeah. C.J. Wiley with a back strain is out for this week. He's our 4th receiver, so he's going to miss this game against the Falcons. The Falcons are 2-9. They're not very good. And we Beat the Falcons, albeit only by a touchdown. We're 9-3, tied with the same record as the Ravens, definitely still in the playoffs. The Steelers also lost, so they're dropped to 7-6. They are no longer in the playoff picture now. Tennessee has taken their spot, and we are still locked in as the 5th seed. That may just be our fate based on the Ravens. Now, we play the Ravens, and I'm pretty sure that this is our last division opponent for the season. I feel like it is. Let me see. So we lost to the Ravens the first time, only by a field goal. We play them this week. We only have one divisional game left, but it's against the Browns, and I don't think they're going to be in the playoffs. So this is our last really critical game. I mean, then again, we got the Bills and the Dolphins and Texans, who could be pretty tough opponents, if I'm being honest. But this is our last key division matchup of the season. So I want to go ahead and see if we've got any injuries going into this critical game against the Ravens, which could very much determine who wins the AFC North. Yeah. I'm going to take a look at stats, actually. I want to see kind of how our offense is doing compared. So let's see. In terms of players, okay, so looks like team stats. Offensively, wow, we have the 5th best offense in the NFL. The Bears have the best offense. Lions, Chargers, and then us. We got the 4th best offense in the NFL based on total yardage. Passing touchdowns, Tennessee actually has the most. We're kind of in the middle of the pack with passing touchdowns. Rushing touchdowns, we have 20. I mean, it's 16 a season. So Cook is, okay, but wow. So actually in total offense, we're actually kind of about like 10. So we're not like super duper great. What about defensively? So as far as total defense, defense is actually not that shabby. Got 26 sacks as a team for the season. But look at the Browns, though. They actually have 34 sacks. Then again, they have Myles Garrett. That's probably why. Interception leading teams, we don't have a lot of interceptions at all. We've only intercepted 6 passes for the whole season. So defense is still very suspect. The offense looks like that they are carrying this team, but we're in the middle of the pack in terms of statistics. And we've got 2 tough games in a row towards the end of the regular season. This game against the Ravens is very meaningful, and we lose to the Ravens. So we're not winning our division this year because the Ravens also own the tiebreaker against us, even if we have the same record, because they beat us twice this season. Oh, I stand corrected. The Bills are actually 6-7. They still have Josh Allen, though, so they're still dangerous. James Cook going against his former team, and we lose to the Bills. So we've dropped 2 games in a row. The Steelers are starting to creep up a little bit. We are still in the playoff picture. We're still locked in the 5th seed. The Steelers are back in the hunt at the 7th spot right now. There's 2 games left in the season. Oh, boy. It's going to get pretty tight. I really don't want to miss the playoffs in what I think may end up being the final season. Dolphins are 6-8. They're fighting for their lives. And we lose to the Dolphins. We're starting to nosedive pretty bad at the end of the season. Are we still in the playoff picture? We are. We've slipped down to the 6th seed, though. So we're starting to slide now. And we've lost our last 2 games by the same score, the exact same score. We lost by a field goal. So we're not really getting blown out in any of the losses, but I think it's just a matter of that our defense can't overcome our offense at times. And then again, that's the normal narrative of the Bengals in real life. We lost to the Texans as well. So we are officially now, we're not out of the playoffs, but we're back as the 7th seed. So Let's look at the standings here and see what's kind of going on. Because as of right now, based on us losing, well, we're 9-7. There's no other team in the AFC that's got the same record as we do right now. Although we could lose and the Bills could win because they own the tiebreaker against us because we played them this year. I guess they would make the playoffs. We wouldn't. But if we win to go to 10-7, take care of business against the Browns, who are 7-9, they're not going to the playoffs. We'll be able to clinch a spot. So I got to play this game to ensure that we make the playoffs. Landon Jackson's going to miss the game, so our starting defensive end is going to miss the playoff clinching game. So we're going to have to go in this game with the backups, some on the defensive line. So here we go. We're playing at home. Let me give us, do we have like an orange alternate uniform? I feel like we do. Yeah, current alternate. Let's go with the orange uniforms for this game. I'm pretty confident that we win this game. We're definitely going to be in the playoffs. But if we lose, it opens the door for that man's former team to make the postseason if they win. And it looks like that we are playing this game at night, which means that maybe the Bills have already played. So I guess we're the Sunday night game, so to speak.
Thanks so much for joining us.
Yep, we're the Sunday night game. So you know. Here we go. 3rd and inches.
Now the shotgun give to Cook.
Here we go, Cook, first down. And we score first, get things going. Now here we are on defense. I know Cleveland's got a new quarterback. I don't know if it's yours or not.
From the 17, finding Judy. And he's going to be
Judy does get a first down.
Down to the 6. They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock. It's 1st and goal.
Here we go, make that tackle. There we go. Nowhere to run.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
And that's the end of the first quarter. We're up 7-0 on the Browns, our Ohio brethren, trying to guarantee us a spot in the playoffs.
Ready to go with the 2nd quarter, and it's the Browns with it inside the red zone.
Ooh, Jenkins! Oh, fumbled! Oh! Well, Jenkins broke through, caused the fumble. That was big-time stuff right there by Jenkins.
Give him a sec. I'm going to imagine his heart's probably going, what, 150, 160 beats per minute right now, Brock, after nearly losing that fumble.
Yep, and it wasn't just a ball he dropped there. It was at least 3 points, too. But fortunately, that ball stays with him in the red zone.
And we just let Njoku slip out for a touchdown. Stop them, and all of a sudden on 3rd and goal, they just get in. It's 3rd down and short again. That one was inches, but this is actually 2 yards to go. And Cook picks up an easy 1st down for us. Let's go.
Here we go. 3rd and a lone yard coming up. Burrow setting up the play action.
Chase. Open touchdown Chase. Let's go. Perfect throw by Burrow. We got the lead back over the Browns. It's about the end of the 2nd quarter. Browns are trying to get something before the half.
All right, I'll set up now. 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's got it inside the 15.
9 seconds. Are they going to attempt? Well, I guess if they don't get too much here, they don't score, they're going to kick it.
They'll throw it again.
Oh, that's way out of the back of the end zone. They're going to kick the field goal there. Not surprised. They got a kicker wearing number 90. That's how much we are into the future. Kickers are wearing any number they can get their hands on now.
Still knocking them through.
So that's the end of the first half. We're up 14-10. We're driving again. Got another good drive going here. Let's finish this one off.
Third down.
Try to kind of put the Browns away if we can. And make sure we secure our spot in the playoffs. That's all we're trying to do. Give us a chance to get in the postseason. Try to make another run if we can.
Second down now, 7 to go. Burrow out of the shotgun.
Go Cook.
He's got this complete to James Cook.
Well, he came up short, but still, we can
before being brought down.
run this, pick it up.
Here we go, third and less than a yard.
What was about to?
Shotgun handoff now to Cook.
And Cook picks up another first down. And that's the end of the third quarter. He's got 73 yards, 16 carries for today.
Getting it to this guy when you find a way to stop him, and they have yet to do that.
We're on the fourth quarter. We got a first and goal situation here. Let's end this.
All set up for an
In this
insurance
drive.
score here. It's first and goal.
11.
They're going to try with the wideout.
Ah, that was
And the defense gets there.
not a good
but forces
idea.
a small loss.
Here we go.
Second and goal coming up from the 7.
Here we go.
Burrow from the gun.
Oh, that was a tough throw to make.
No interception,
Incomplete
but
throw.
nearly a turnover in the end zone. So now, here's third and goal.
Here we go. Stop.
Out of the shotgun, Burrow.
Oh, there you go, Chase. Open. Touchdown number 2 on the day for Chase. Let's go. Browns come back with a field goal.
Here we go.
We're still not completely out of the woods yet, but
This offense looking to convert as they come
pick this
on
up and start converting.
Straight
And be able to
ahead,
milk
here's
the rest of
Cook.
this clock.
And that's good yardage
Another first
there,
down
when
pickup by
they're
Cook.
setting it up.
Almost at 100 yards for the day.
Your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead, get what you need.
First down, and they go right back to him. And they bring him down around the 34. Only 2 yards, and it brings up second and 8. Again, it's Cook. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down.
Here we go.
Here they come.
2-minute
This is
warning.
35.
We're up by
We've reached the
8, which is
2-minute
still
warning from
technically
Cincy.
making this a one-possession
Bengals
game.
up by 8.
Third down. I gotta throw it.
And the Browns
I
add
got
an
throw.
extra defensive back out there. Nickel package, third down. Setting up to
Well,
pass.
Higgins.
Complete
Clutch
beyond the mark.
catch by
He's
Higgins.
brought down at the 17-yard line.
Now they're going to start burning those timeouts.
154 remaining. The defense burns a timeout.
Big time conversion
And they've got
Works
themselves
in the
another
rest of
first and 10.
for the way the Browns.
Now it's Cook.
There you go. Nice
Good
run.
yardage with a new
He's over
set of
100 yards rushing, 106 yards.
Now a timeout.
And he rushed for 1,000 yards again this season.
And they are quite
Just over
frustrated
1,000.
having to call that after giving up the first.
He's made an impact more so than like Derrick Henry and some of the other backs that we've had, but it still hasn't been the numbers that I hoped, if I'm being honest. And with the trading of Cook, which cost us some picks and some capital,
Ball at the 2 here for second and goal.
trying to keep our main offensive players together, it's not easy.
Cook. And he's not going to reach the end zone. They bring
So,
him down at the 1.
They're trying to.
Just a yard
keep the team
that
together.
time. They needed
Gotta make
more,
sacrifices.
And now it's third and goal.
Third and goal. I'm just going to go ahead and try to punch this in to make sure that this game
This is Cook on the
is
handoff.
over, and it's over. James Cook gets in for the touchdown. This game is all but wrapped up. Yep.
In the jungle, the
Browns don't score again. We win 28-13 to
end the season on a great note.
all but guarantee our spot in the playoffs. I had to play this game to make sure that we got in. Didn't really sweat too much in this game. Didn't score as many points as we've scored at times this season, but still, solid win to make sure we get the postseason. That's big for us. So now we got a chance to go into the playoffs again, and hopefully get another shot at going to a championship. And we are in the postseason. So let's take a look at the playoff bracket. We're going to be taking on the LA Chargers. We're the 6th seed. Chiefs are actually the 7th seed, so they're going to be taking on the Texans. The Jets are going to be taking on the Steelers. The Ravens have the number 1 seed, so we're going to have to go to Baltimore one way or another to be able to play them, most likely next week. NFC side, Rams, Seahawks, Commanders, Saints, Panthers, Packers, Vikings have the number 1 seed in the NFC. That is the playoffs in 2028 for our rebuild. All right, so we're 10-7. I'm going to check and make sure we don't have any injuries. I know Landon Jackson missed the last game. And Trey Hendrickson is going to miss the next 4 weeks with a dislocated hip. So our best player is out for basically until the Super Bowl, if we make it all the way to the Super Bowl. I got to check the depth chart and see what we're working with here on defense, with Hendrickson being out for the first few rounds. So Jackson will still be there. Wiggins, 77. I mean, that's not bad, but it's like, okay, I'm going to see if I can actually change this up. Wiggins, okay, yeah. Hills, wait a minute here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put Hills as the starter. We're going to have Wiggins be the backup. He's got a higher rating. We're going to have Landon Jackson. We got Hills rotating in for Jackson. We're going to have Hills starting on the other side. Second-year guy out of Tulane is going to be our starter for the playoffs until Hendrickson comes back. But that's if we make it to the Super Bowl. And we got to go on the road for probably every game. So we're going to be playing the Chargers first in LA. The road is not going to be easy for us to try to get back to the Super Bowl. But here we go. I don't think we made the playoffs last year, so this season has already been an improvement. But this is year 5, and we're gonna have to make some decisions as far as breaking up the team after this season. So this is probably our last really good chance to try to make a run, and we got to do it without our best defensive lineman injured. He's injured, and we get burned for a long touchdown first play that I'm controlling. Chargers up. We score, though, to tie it up, so that's good. We answer with a drive of our own. Our offense, I think, can match up with these guys, but our defense is banged up and has been suspect. So a suspect defense trying to make up for that, that's not easy. And McConkey got a touchdown. 2 plays I controlled. Defense gives up 2. That's where we are. We got another 1st and goal situation here. We basically got to keep pace with the Chargers.
They'll run with Cook.
And Cook gets down to the 1-yard line.
Good yardage on
Let's see if we can punch this in.
Punch it in on 2nd and goal. Again, it's Cook.
And Cook still... No, he's in. Okay, they gave it to him. He crossed the goal line. So we got a touchdown to tie it up again. We're matching up the Chargers blow for blow so far. Defense finally made a stop, so we got a chance to go 2 minutes before the half. And take the lead. And Higgins gives us a decent start, albeit only a 6-yard gain.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down.
There's Harris, open, great throw and catch, get out of bounds. Perfect. Deserve some of that time, even though we got all 3 timeouts. Big play right there by Harris. Last year was deal, so we have to let him go. He's been clutch. There's Dawson Knox, our tight end. Go ahead and knock him out of bounds. Preserve some more clock.
There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. To the air again, Burrow.
Good route.
That is caught at the
1st down, 1st and goal situation coming up. Set up.
Inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. Here's Burrow.
Harris, easy catch, touchdown. Beautiful. We got the lead right before the half. Chargers get a field goal. Back on defense. Chargers are driving again. It's 3rd and 12, though.
A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive.
We just can't get to Herbert. But he slid short, so they kick a field goal. Offense, though, sputters out. They're already in field goal range, but I know they're looking for 6. We're still up by 1 here in the fourth quarter.
It's 1st and 10.
It's a good stop on defense.
At the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass.
Intercept that. Oh, almost got it, but still, double coverage.
Now Snappy's a hero of his defense up to the play he just made. A one-possession game, and his hit kept it exactly that.
The slot man in motion right. Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here.
Stop them short. They're going to kick field goal. So at least it wasn't 7. At least it wasn't 6. I always say 7. It's really 6. But field goal, but the extra point goes. All right. Chargers do take the lead again on us. We got to keep this drive going, though, that we got coming up. We'll answer them again.
Now it's 2nd and 10. Burrow looking to pass.
Knox, great route.
Pitch and catch to the tight end, Knox.
It's okay.
Here's we have a Charger shaken up on that last
We're only 2 yards short of a first down. Still a good route, good play.
They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. They'll run it. Here's Cook.
Cook. First down. Barely, but he got it.
Here's Burrow setting up.
Just didn't get the snap off. Here we go. Harris. What a big catch.
He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
All right, the 2-minute warning. We're already in field goal range. So,
here in the 4th quarter.
Not going to get too greedy here.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now.
Just need a field goal. That's it. Chargers are not spending their timeouts just yet, which makes sense because realistically they could still get this ball back. But I'm going to take my sweet time. I'm going to take as much time as I can off of this clock and then kick it. All right, now they're going to start taking timeouts. Still going to run it. Hoping we can get 4 yards. Oh my gosh, Cook is beautiful, perfect, and he also kind of didn't. He also didn't score, so gives us a fresh set of downs to work with.
And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
We have 1 timeout left. Stopped.
Up the middle, it's Cook.
And Cook just walks in for a touchdown. Wow. Then again, they probably let us score so they can have time to answer back. So it is up to our defense in the end. They have to make the stop.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing Herbert.
Okay, good tackle. Good tackle.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Dropped it. Wow.
Quite a few plays they might look back on and say, really.
I don't know who their running back is. Is that Mostert?
And this is late game execution. Everything on the
line. I don't know who that is. He is a rookie.
The throw's made. Where's the catch? Gotta catch in that spot.
And he's finally
I didn't say anything just because of what I thought was going to happen.
Final minute. No timeouts at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10. Herbert.
Wow, dropped it with the, wow. McConkey had a touchdown and the hit jarred it loose. Oh my goodness. Intercepted by Britt. Let's go. Oh my God, that was clutch. Oh, thank you, Britt. Oh, after McConkey almost caught a touchdown on that last play, I'm thinking the worst. But Britt saves the day, gets the interception. We beat the Chargers. We're headed to the divisional round. Clutch defensive play in the end by Britt. Wow. Ready to the next round. Most likely to once again, yep, there they are. Freaking Lamar Jackson again. All right, well, it is what it is. The Texans shut out the Chiefs 31-0. Steelers actually went on the road and beat the Jets. So it's Texans, Steelers. We're going to be taking on the Ravens in the divisional round. NFC side, Seattle goes on the road and they beat the Rams. And then the Commanders, they beat the Saints, and the Panthers beat the Packers. So it's Commanders, Panthers, and then Vikings, Seahawks in the NFC divisional playoffs. Okay, so here we go. Taking on the Baltimore Ravens again in the postseason. Change the uniform. I may change the uniforms just a bit. Let's do that. I wanted to go with the orange helmet.
Madden football brings you the divisional round of the NFL playoffs, and it's brought to you by EA Sports.
Burrow against Lamar Jackson once again in the divisional playoffs. I don't know what round we faced the Ravens on the last playoff run that we did, where we got to the Super Bowl, but it might have been during that run. It's hard for me to remember because that was like about 2 months ago that I think I did that. All right. We got a pretty good drive going so far. It's 1st and 10.
Throwing again, it's Burrow.
Finish the drive off properly, and Chase gets a first down. That's good.
And the Bengals are going to be looking at 1st and
Play.
goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. And perhaps now close to the first points of this divisional round game as it's 1st and goal.
Very good blocking at the middle. He hesitated. Get it in.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And he's got his big wide receiver.
That play worked last time, but the Ravens read it. They watched the film. They saw the touchdown on that play.
Here we go.
You don't get in. Wow. Well, let's settle for the field goal, and we just have to. Ooh, almost came in and blocked it, but got it in. Ravens answer with a field goal of their own. Oh, we got us down by the goal. So let's go to let's punch in Cook. And Cook punches it in for our first touchdown of the day. Let's go. Big drive. Ravens tie it up.
Now, can this offense muster a late second quarter drive to break our tie? Let's see.
50 seconds. We have all 3 timeouts left.
Watch the clock.
Oh,
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him.
waited too long. I was waiting for Chase to get open, but I waited too long.
As the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Now Burrow.
Come on. There you go, Harris. Oh, he breaks another one. Let's go, Harris, all the way. Touchdown. Oh, that's a great play. What a throw and catch. Let's go. But we missed the extra point. Oh, my goodness. All right, well, we got another good drive.
Coming up for this defensive unit. They're down, but just by
That's a big play to end the half. We got 3 minutes to go in the third, and gets a first. Third and 7. We are in the fourth quarter, so we got to be clutch.
Game in the fourth quarter. Let's see if they can get that stop they need. Now it's Burrow.
All right, Burrow. First down. Nice job. Well, they don't run with Burrow, but I saw it open. I just figured, you know what? I got to take it. All right, we're down to 2-minute warning. Pretty much the same scenario we were in last week where we had the lead, we just had to hold on to it on the final drive. So, here we go.
But it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook.
The C opened and Cook gets a first down. Big play there. Ravens used their first timeout. They still got 2 of them left.
Here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Going for the knockout punch. They'll try and run. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Here we go.
Here's Cook again.
And they just let Cook walk in, and now it's going to be up to 10 points with the extra point. We get it this time, but the Ravens scored to cut it to within 3. Let's get the hands team out there. Let's recover this.
Going for the onside kick.
And we do recover the onside kick. Higgins is on the hands team. And we just got to take a knee, wind the clock out. We do. And we beat the Ravens again in the postseason after several years ago, 30-27. We move on to the AFC Championship. Big time win. Big time win. Now we're headed to the AFC title game. Probably going to be either between the Steelers or I think the Texans. Yeah. And it's going to be against the arch rival Steelers. So they have been upsetting teams, and again, so have we. So they go on the road and beat the Jets. Then they go on the road and they beat the number 2 Texans by 1 point, 14-13. NFC side, it was the Vikings taking down the Seahawks, and the Commanders lost to the Panthers. So it's Panthers-Vikings in the NFC Championship. We're going to be facing off against the Steelers. So it's a 5 and a 6 and a 1 and a 4 in the NFC. Now, I think if I recall, I don't know what team we played in the. You know what? Let me actually take a look at something here, because I want to remind myself about something that I hope is not deja vu, but I got to check. Okay, so obviously last season we didn't win it. I knew it. So we lost to the Vikings in the Super Bowl the first time in Super Bowl 60 during the 2025 season. It was the second year of this rebuild. We lost to them. And if the Vikings beat the Panthers, it'll be a Super Bowl rematch. And I'm sure J.J. McCarthy is still their quarterback. So we got a chance to get some revenge against the Vikings if they make it to the Super Bowl. I'm pretty confident that they're going to beat the Carolina Panthers in the NFC Championship. But we got to get there first before we even think about that. So we got to go once again on the road. And we're playing our division rival Steelers to try to beat them. And let's see if we can do it. Get back to the Super Bowl again.
It's the AFC Championship game, and the road to a Super Bowl goes through Pittsburgh.
One game away from the Super Bowl.
Steelers next on EA Sports.
I don't know who their starting quarterback is, but I don't think that's Justin Fields.
The Ohio, the Allegheny, and the Monongahela Rivers. And welcome you to Acrisure Stadium on the North Shore.
All right. First drive of our game for us.
Here we go.
3rd down and 1 here.
We'll try and run here.
Gives us a first down.
On one, ready?
Working out of the gun, Burrow.
Route run by Harris.
Brought down
6
after
yards.
a gain of 6 on first down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. They run out of the gun. It's Cook. And he's
Inch short.
first down. Gets 4 yards.
It's not always pretty, but
it will bring up 3rd down.
our football is
From the
showing
shotgun,
that.
it's Burrow.
Good slant route, touchdown to Trey Harris. Good way to start the AFC title. All right. Steelers got a good drive going in their own.
Chance now to match that opening touchdown. It is 1st and goal. And this one blown up.
Najee Harris goes nowhere.
A loss on the play, back to the 9-yard
Our defense has stepped up when they needed to in the playoffs so far. I just say that at the end. I just had to. You guys know why. Because they're still suspect teams. But our offense has been the one that's carried us throughout really this whole week.
2nd down and goal. They'll run for the first time with their fullback.
It's a weird-looking fullback there, but we get him down.
Let's call it the 7-yard line. And here comes 3rd and goal.
It's 3rd and goal. Make a stop. There's the field goal. Be huge. And wide open to Pickens. The Steelers tie it up and score there. Got a 3rd down and 4 here.
Here's a 3rd down and 4.
Harris, get free. There we go.
Right side here, pass is caught.
Oh, tough.
That's his 3rd catch.
I tried to juke him, but he got hooked on an animation and he wouldn't
These
go.
are the kind of plays that when you draw them up on the chalkboard, Mike, they all look great. But if you can't protect long enough, you're never going to get the receiver. I mean, think, he started on the left side of the formation in the slot, and he has to run all the way across the field to the right third. I mean, that takes a lot of time. Let's give a lot of credit to the big guys up front.
2nd down, Burrow.
Great throw. Dawson Knox touchdown. Beautiful. Got the lead again. 3rd quarter now. Steelers are driving again. They got another 1st and goal on us.
Ball resting
Backing
on
up
the
our
9.
defense.
1st down and goal.
Get it down. Okay. Didn't get it.
And a good job to make sure he didn't get loose. Brought down around the 7. They'll look to throw again. That is caught.
Defense does a nice job here initially using
the coverage there by Leafau, allowing him to kind of get the inside move on.
In football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline.
And it's another touchdown. So they got it tied up. Once again, 14 apiece. But we've got another good drive of our own going. Let's punch this in. And Cook fights through the defense for a touchdown. Let's go. All right, inside the red zone. 10-yard line.
In the red zone now. He'll drop to throw. The ball
good defense.
At least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. They'll run. This is their fullback getting the count.
All right.
Trying to use that big body to get the yardage, but he is stopped for no gain. Big play coming up. This is
Get down, guys. Come on.
Right back to the fullback.
4th down. Forced a field goal. I'm not sure why Najee Harris... Hold on a second. Did Najee Harris get hurt or something? Because I don't know why they would be running a fullback in that situation. Okay, so Cam Ward is actually their starting quarterback. No, it says Harris is healthy. Xander Horvath. Okay. Can I go to, like, medical center? Medical center, yeah. It actually shows it. The Steelers have Saquon Barkley on their team. Wow. But he's not playing because he's been placed on IR. Wow, he had a broken thumb. I did not know that Saquon Barkley was on the Steelers. I did not know that. We dodged a bullet with him being hurt. But then again, our best player is hurt too. Trey Hendrickson is still hurt for this game. He'll be lucky to play in the Super Bowl next week if we win this game. So we're just kind of matching. The Steelers are just kind of matching us based on every score right now. Same, well, not exactly the same. We still got the whole field to go. But we're up by 3 with around 2 minutes to go. Steelers are already starting to earn their timeouts. I still feel like I need to throw it a little bit to make sure we pick up the first.
Now second down throw for Burrow.
Okay, bro, just go up the middle. Just go up the middle. Get that block. Get that block. All right. That was a very slow run because I was waiting for the guy to throw a block so he didn't come and clobber Burrow and he possibly fumbles it. I don't know what Burrow's carrying rating is, but I know it's not 99 overall. So the last thing I want to do is turn this ball over. We're almost to the Super Bowl and getting a chance for redemption, possibly against the Minnesota Vikings. So I want to make sure that I don't blow this at all. All right, we're not at the 2-minute warning yet, but one more run should get us there. Same scenario as the first 3 games of the postseason. We got a 3-point lead, and we're trying to nurse it.
This one forward for about 3, and that's a first down.
I'm going to let that clock tick down all the way to the 2-minute warning, and then we'll get back to the line, start running the football, get this game over with, get back to the Super Bowl.
So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. We're back to crown an AFC champion after this.
Sorry, I'm trying to...
From the 35, it's first.
They got no timeouts left, so I guess we're okay to take knees from now on. So we'll do that. Victory formation.
As quarterbacks down to a knee.
Here we go.
Well, it took us a while to get back to this point, but we got a chance for redemption. We got a different squad, but I'm pretty sure we're going to be facing the same opponent that we did 3 years ago in the Super Bowl. It's going to be the Minnesota Vikings again. We had that lead in that Super Bowl. We lost. So now we're going back. Got a chance to redeem ourselves. Very few teams get an opportunity to do that in the NFL, especially in the biggest game. That's what I want to do. To give the Bengals their first ever world championship.
By keeping the ball on the ground.
So it's 4th down.
What a team's decision will be on 4th down, Mike, based on what they do on.
We'll go ahead and kick the field goal.
In this case, unfortunately, they didn't
just to give us a decent cushion. I'm going to let this clock tick down as much as I can before I kick it. Oh my God. Oh, wait. It did go in? Ah, it was a bank shot. Wow. Okay. So there's 3 seconds left. The Steelers need a touchdown just to win this game, and they got to go Hail Mary here. So we got guys going. I got guys going deep. We nearly got a sack right there. Well short of the end zone. We're headed to the Super Bowl. Steelers are staying home, and we got a chance for redemption in the Super Bowl. Finally, 3 years later, we make it back. I did not know if this team was good enough to get back to the Super Bowl, but here we are. Last couple of years, we didn't get a chance to. But we've got a really good running back in James Cook. I think that's helped out a lot, especially kind of ending these games. And the Vikings lost in the NFC Championship game. Oh, my goodness. I was fully expecting us to be playing the Vikings. Wow. So both number 1 seeds lose in the playoffs. Then again, we beat the one in the AFC. But the Vikings lost in their home to the Panthers 24-20. I got to see what happened in this game. So Carolina actually got off to a hot start at 14-3. Vikings started to come back. They had a couple of touchdowns in the second and third quarter. Then the Panthers took the lead, and in the fourth quarter, nobody scored. The Panthers outgained them by 22 yards. They passed the ball better than Minnesota, which I'm a little bit surprised about. Let's take a look at player stats. So McCarthy, 172 yards. He threw 3 interceptions. So, wow, the Panthers defense took the ball away 3 times. Meanwhile, Bryce Young, well, he didn't have a great game. He had more passing yards than McCarthy. He had 1 touchdown and an interception. Jonathan Brooks was the leading rusher for the Panthers. He had 48 yards, 1 touchdown. McCarthy had 1 rushing touchdown. Devin Neal, who's the starting running back for the Vikings, he only had 28 yards. Receiving wise, Jefferson did not have a touchdown in this game. He only had 35 yards. The leading receiver was actually Hawkinson. He had 54 yards. Jamie French, the rookie out of Texas. So it looks like the Panthers got a pretty good wide receiver, 83 yards, 1 touchdown. I mean, that's not like gaudy numbers, but still. So, wow, we're going to be taking on the Carolina Panthers in the Super Bowl. So while we are not playing Minnesota, we are playing a team that did beat Minnesota. So pretty confident that it's going to be a tough game. And actually looking at the bottom of the screen right there, it looks like that Aiden Hutchinson is also on the Panthers. So this team, they may be pretty decent. I'm actually going to take a look at the Panthers. I want to kind of scout them a little bit. I want to give myself an idea of where they are 5 years into this whole franchise mode. So Bryce Young is now up to a 91 overall. He's their starting quarterback. They got a backup Malachi Nelson. McCord is their third-string guy. Their starting running back is Jonathan Brooks, who, of course, had that torn ACL at Texas, but he's blossomed. He's up to a 91 overall running back. So they got a running back just as good, if not slightly better overall-wise than ours and James Cook. They still got Hubbard, but Hubbard is only an 80, and Edwards is an 80 as well, who is a one-year pro out of LSU, Tyrese Edwards. Their fullback is a 72 overall. Keyshawn Butte, LSU receiver, 85 overall. They got an 84 in that French guy. That's his last name. He's French anyway. Jalen Coker, 80 overall. Daylon McCutcheon, not to be confused with the former Cleveland Browns cornerback Dalen McCutcheon. Maybe they're related. I don't know. Maybe that's just a weird coincidence. But he's their rookie receiver out of Florida State, 79 overall. This guy Robinson, who doesn't even have a first name because those rosters were a little bit janky. 82 overall is Sanders, their tight end. They got an 81 left tackle, 85 left guard. Their center is 76. 81 Dylan Parham. I'm familiar with him. Goncalves. So our offensive line is a little bit better, but of course they have a 99 Aiden Hutchinson. 99. But we've got our guy, Hendrickson, coming back for the Super Bowl. Derek Brown is up to a 91, 8-year man out of Auburn. They got decent depth behind both these guys. They got an 80 Tony Russell, and Kennard Snyder is an 80 defensive end backing him up. Wyatt, 80, 77, and a 72. They got an 80 left outside linebacker. Fred Warner, wow. Fred Warner is also on their team. So they got some pretty good defensive players. They got a 99 Hutchinson and a 99 Warner. Their 2 top players are on defense. We don't even sniff that in terms of our linebacker department. Junior Colston, 80 overall. 87 Harold Perkins Jr. 89 Horn. Taron Johnson, I'm pretty sure that's former Bills guy. 84, 82 Clark Phillips. They got an 81 Vaughn. Even their backups. And, Kyer Elam, currently a Dallas Cowboy, 81 overall. So their corners are even good. Yeah. Their defense is, wow. Even their backups are in the 80s. Kicker and punter, man. But Bryce Young being up to a 91 overall, that's pretty good for them. I'm not going to really take a look at the Pro Bowl roster because we don't have any guys that are going to play in it because we're not having any guys going to the Pro Bowl. Us getting ready for a bigger game. Let's check out yearly awards. Let's see if any of the Bengals were up for any awards. So Arch Manning won the MVP with the Tennessee Titans. I'm not too surprised about that. I don't know if the Titans made the playoffs this year. Lamont Booker won Coach of the Year. He's the head coach of the Vikings. AFC Offensive Player of the Year went to McConkey. Joe Burrow finished 10th. Defensive Player of the Year went to Hendrickson, did finish 6th. And Landon Jackson actually got some votes for Defensive Player of the Year, finishing 9th. Okay, so I'll tell you, the last couple of seasons, Jackson has really started to blossom. He's started to play better. Offensive Rookie of the Year in the AFC, we don't have any Bengals there. Defensive Rookie of the Year, nobody from the Bengals. Best QB, Burrow finished 4th. Best running back. Cook finished 4th as well. Best receiver, McConkey finished with that award. Trey Harris actually came in 3rd. Chase finished 8th. Best offensive lineman. Okay, so we did have an award winner. Joe Thuney won Best Offensive Lineman of the Year in the AFC. Okay, no other offensive lineman on the list, though. Henderson finished 3rd for Best Defensive Lineman, as well as Jackson. He finished 4th. Okay. So our defensive ends, I think, are starting to blossom now. Both of them. Defensive back, nobody. Best kicker, Will Ricard finished 4th. And, yeah. So we did win Best Offensive Lineman of the Year in the AFC with Thuney, a.k.a. the former Kansas City Chief. Well, this is it. Time to finish this rebuild. And time to give the Bengals their first World Championship. Cincinnati Bengals basically right now, including what I've done, have been to the Super Bowl five times and lost every time. Let me see if I got that right. They lost in 1981, 88, 2021, 2025. So they've lost actually 4 times. I miscounted. Sorry, guys. All right. Well, this is it. Got to win this game to win the Super Bowl against the Carolina Panthers team that had a pretty big upset in the championship series as well.
EA Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League. Madden Football is the home of the Super Bowl, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Bengals and the Panthers, and it's all up next.
After 272 regular season games, 12 playoff
This is
games,
it.
one last
We lost here
on the NFL
a few years ago,
happens tonight.
playing at Tampa Bay's Raymond James Stadium. So this is it. Playing against a pretty good young Carolina Panther team.
The AFC champion Cincinnati
Has some
Bengals
experience on their team.
and the champions of the NFC, the Carolina Panthers.
Here we go. All right, we're on offense to start things out. I like that. Got a 3rd down and 8 here.
Burrow from out of the gun here on 3rd down.
Oh, man. Oh, are you serious?
Look at him go.
Really?
20. And the defense comes up with
That's really how this starts out with. Not again. All right.
Here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Now, Burrow.
Dang it, another sack.
Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Now, Burrow.
All right, there we go, Harris. Great play. So we need to get this thing back on track.
Ball sitting at the 7. 1st and goal. Burrow to throw.
And Burrow powers his way in. I just had to take the chance. Touchdown, Burrow. Let's go. Overcame a shaky start, punched it in.
Here we go. Here we go.
We got a chance to actually go 2 minutes here. Oh, break it, Chase. Go, Chase, go. Touchdown, Jamar Chase. Back in the Super Bowl. Let's go. Now we got the lead for the first time. In 2 minutes. Panthers come back, though. Tie it up. 3rd quarter. 1/2 football left to go.
Conversions already on this drive. This one tougher. This is 3rd and 10. And a good
It's 3rd down and they're short.
Right,
good stop on defense. Well, we can't do anything on offense, unfortunately.
From the gun, it's Young. He'll try and get there on the ground.
4th down once again, but the Panthers are in field goal range. They kick the field goal, but we score a touchdown to get the lead back.
On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Young going to give it to Brooks. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
I gotta check something real quick. Completely forgot to make sure that I did this. Wait, Henderson is still hurt? Did he get injured again? Broken ribs. Wow. So he played, but he got hurt. Broken ribs. Well, we played without him during the playoffs, but
just under 2 minutes
not in the Super Bowl,
on
Hendricks.
Super Bowl Sunday. We're back to see this one round.
Maybe you're not worth
after
bringing back
this.
if we were to continue.
Here is 2nd and 7. They'll drop to throw.
And it's wide open.
Quickly, and it's caught.
Panthers take the lead with under 2 minutes to play. Now we got to execute a drive or win it.
Here's 1st down.
I really just don't want to settle for the field goal. I just don't want to put myself in a position where I have to rely on that.
There, he can't get a throwaway, and he's taken down. Burrow here on 2nd down.
Just run.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
User catch. Yes. Timeout.
Now the Bengals are going to
Wow.
call the first of their timeouts.
Great catch by Harris. I had to use that against the defender. Go one-on-one, go up, high point it, make that catch, don't drop it.
Final minute.
We just need that
Still
first
2
down in the
timeouts
worst way.
remaining As we get to 1st and 10.
Knox. Get out of bounds.
Good
job.
It's Dawson Knox. 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Throwing is Burrow.
Look
He'll
underneath.
find his running back.
Nice.
And he takes it down to the 15-yard line. A 1st down throw for Burrow.
Go.
Toss left side.
All right, timeout.
His running back. And the Bengals are
Got one timeout left, 17 seconds to go.
at the 2-yard
I
line.
don't want to settle for the
Been a
field goal
really
just
good
yet.
drive so far, but what I really like, Mike, is they're down here in the red zone and they continue to attack.
wanna score.
Now, not quite a touchdown, but with 1st and goal, this defense certainly has their back against the ropes.
Burrow now.
Oh, dang it!
Is out to his running back. And this one's blown up. It's back at the 5-yard line now. So now the
Just call a
Bengals use
timeout
their
before the
3rd and
clock
final
running out.
timeout, and they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play.
All right, of course, they're going
The
to ice.
Panthers will take their 1st timeout, and they'll stop it with
I wanted it
13
finished in
seconds
regulation,
left
but we have to
play.
go to overtime. 22-yard field goal, tie it up, send this guy, send this into overtime.
This to potentially send us to overtime. This one is on
All right,
target.
tied it up. Smell like overtime. Okay, like We've got the ball first. Yes. Okay.
On 1st and 10, Burrow.
Oh my. Oh, okay. That was risky, but Dawson Knox, you were right there, dude. You should have caught that and ran.
Decision-making up until this point, Mike, and now it almost backfires on him again. He has to do a better job of finding the matchups, finding the space on the field, so everything is not a forced ball into these tight windows.
They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard.
Knox was trying to break that one for a first down, but he got stuffed short. So. Great run by Cook just running over people. Let's go. Looking like Marshawn Lynch right there.
Working out of the gun, Burrow.
And ran into the freaking side. That was my own fault. I just should have thrown that football away. I don't know what I was doing.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. That's 3. He's been intercepted.
Well, guys, I think I just...
Out of the shotgun, Young. He'll look underneath here for Burks.
I think they just kicked the field goal. It's over.
Ball down to the 16-yard
It's also almost the end of overtime.
And it's 1st and 10. They'll motion a tight end.
I don't know. Flag up. Oh, delay of game? Okay. I don't know if we're going to this much. I mean, we turned the ball over on our first possession of overtime. So, I guess they just... Honestly, I feel like they just had to throw it.
He'll get this complete to Wiley, his tight end.
There's something wrong about that. I don't think I am.
Off the play fake. Here's Young.
What the? That was a terrible throw. That was awful.
3rd and long.
We were basically right into the stands.
They motion the slot man left. From the gun here on 3rd down, it's Young.
Oh, way out of bounds. 4th down.
It's incomplete. So now out comes the field goal unit in this pressure spot. This one to win it in overtime.
Okay, so if they do make it, they win.
That's their 2nd.
No. I blew it, guys.
So now
I blew it.
a big spot coming here. This one he's got to have.
And he got it. We lose the Super Bowl again.
He got it. And they are moving on. They survive and advance in the playoffs.
Well, we lose the Super Bowl twice. Threw an interception with Burrow. That was the end of the game. Oh. Well, that was a bad way to end it, but we lose the Super Bowl in overtime to the Panthers. They win their first Super Bowl. Bengals are now 0-5 in Super Bowl appearances. Just couldn't do it. And based on the way the team is looking right now, it's going to be hard for me to match that level in the future. We're going to lose receivers. We're going to have to lose defensive players. This is kind of have to, basically start blowing it up at this point. And I just really don't want to do that after coming off of a Super Bowl loss. So let me check out the retirements really quickly. I want to see if anybody from the Bengals retired. Joe Thuney retired, so we would have to replace him. Replace our starting left guard. Well, guys, that's going to do it for this Bengals rebuild. Couldn't get it done, but, hey, I got them to Super Bowl twice. just couldn't overcome the defense, and that's going to wrap it up. As far as what I'm going to do next in Madden, I've seen some suggestions for other teams to rebuild. I think one of the last people that joined me on one of these live streams suggested the Packers. I may do that, even though they are a winning team that doesn't really need a big-time rebuild. Like they got, quarterback, they got their receiver, I think a decent running back and some stuff like that. But offensive line, maybe defensive line could use some rebuilding there. At this point, I am kind of running out of teams to rebuild, mostly because in Madden 24, I got a lot of miles out of that last year. So pretty much went through all the teams that needed to rebuild in that one, as well as this one. Probably going to move on to getting back to the College Bowl 25 Texas Tech Dynasty. I might live stream that tonight, but it'll probably be a little bit later because I plan on going to see a movie. Hopefully everybody enjoys the rest of y'all's Memorial Day, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.